Welcome on back everyone to Total War Warhammer 3 and part 24 of our Yuan Bo Immortal Empires campaign. In today's episode we are finally on back. It is update 5.0, so there have been some sweeping changes made to the Dawi, the Empire, and to Nurgle. Nothing to any of the other real factions of note. We'll have the patch notes for 5.0 in the description as soon as those are available. But let's get right back on into it since we are playing on Legend. If there is any kind of weirdness with our save, there's really nothing I'm going to be able to do. Is this one's going to be, unfortunately, cast to Chaos. But for now, we are still playing, and it doesn't seem like there's any issues. Nothing has changed too much. And some of our allies actually already have some of those DLC units, so that should be a ton of fun. We're going to start things off by going right on back over to Cathay. See if I can't find the gates. Western Great Bastion, that works perfect, so we're going to go ahead and grab the, not the Snake Gate, but the Turtle Gate first. And we'll come on into our Matters of State, and make our first fortress city that actually is going to mean something. So here at the Turtle Gate, it's going to upgrade all of the Bastion buildings so that they have a faction-wide effect as well, so go ahead and perform this. No new tokens to be had, sadly. You can't stack up more than the 4 additional. But now these all have additional effects. So we've got for the Bastion Shrine, all of our armies are going to have a little bit less, or a little bit more, I guess, spell resistance, up to 10% at max tier. For our Bastion Arsenal, all of our enemies, or all of our armies, rather, during a... Now they're just going to have all our armor, 2 extra armor-piercing damage all the time. So it's not a huge bump, but it's a very small margin, so everyone's going to be a little bit more armor-piercing. Then lastly, everyone who's defending a settlement is going to have 500 barrier hit points. This is about half of what you normally get for a Tzeentch unit. That's still fantastic. You have barrier on all of your defensive Cathayan units. You can stack that up. So if we get these in each gate, we get up to 1,500 additional barrier hit points for defending settlements, which is very silly. So we'll come on in and grab... So for the first bit, it's extra base weapon damage, and then that transfers over into just being armor-piercing. It's kind of strange. It'd be great if it added both the normal weapon piercing and armor piercing, because it's just 2 of each, so that's 4 more damage. That's not too extreme. I'll go for the Bastion Mill, though, and the Mess Hall as well. Get those passives up and moving, and we're also going to come on in, talk to Zatan the Black, because he's really only fighting us. And just go ahead and take the peace treaty. We could grab a defensive alliance with Zatan the Black. Well, I think we can start turning those Dreadquake mortars against our enemies instead of against ourselves. That sounds great. I was initially just going to siphon all his gold, but your caravans are safe. For now. So are yours. For now. What interesting allies we now have. We go ahead and get an outpost and get some of the Dreadquakes immediately. Iron Sworn, Skullcrackers, Demons, no Dreadquakes just yet. And that should be their strongest settlement there at the Valerie. So we'll go ahead and throw this outpost in. We make friends with the Dawi Czar. I shall take some. No. You can take some from the Norskins, though. Now that you have no enemies down in the south, you're going to be forced to throw it down with Chaos, which is going to be quite funny. Zatan cares not. They all work fine in his mines. Yeah, I won't worry about recruiting up any more troops down here in the south. In fact, Mincy, I'm going to go ahead and have you removed for now because of how expensive you are. We'll just keep an eye on the tree people. If any of their cookies start having bits and bops of poison in them, we'll probably have to recruit up an army. Income for all buildings there sounds great, and now we'll have ourselves a couple of battles. And by battles, of course, I mean auto-resolves. I'm going to have Yuan Bo deal with this undead army. And then we will come on over and do the same with the Druki. I'm going to occupy the Blood Swamps, that way we do not have to deal with the undead anymore. At least into this neck of the woods. Swamp secured, and the Awakened apparently set out to sea and set ablaze.
Master of the
it's what they deserve. Alright, and here we'll just go for an additional Jade Dragon's Edict for some more control.
Eye of the Emperor.
Yuan Bo is spreading his edict as far as the eye can see. Get more blade shield for himself.
Cathay.
Our Gate Master. Probably just start making him more deadly.
Keeper of Wusheng.
Then Yu Chen will go for the final point into Comet of Cassandora. That way we've got rocks raining down from the heavens. Gongming will just give you a bit more magic. And for this Gate Master, who also was getting a little bit of skills, we'll give him Tactician. Extra reload skill and melee defense for everyone in 55 meters is always a good passive. Alright, so 4 turns before the Star Tower is up and ready. We're just waiting on, I guess, our armies to arrive at the settlements in question. So we've got the armadas arriving from the south, and I've got Qianhuo attacking the Golden Ziggurat, and Yuan Mao hitting the Blood Hall. So Karth was not ready for what was arriving from across the horizon. We will swing on in, and we'll give this one also to the auto-resolve, because that's a bunch of beasties. And when you can auto-resolve for Karth's faction, I suggest the best opportunity is to do so.
For honor, not fame.
Not bad, not bad. 473 fall, we are going to go ahead and... Ooh, let's sack the Ziggurat, because that's not the settlement we necessarily need to have intact. We'll just take all the gold from here. Balthazar. Not to be confused with Balthazar. It probably makes both of them angry.
The Emperor will
John Lee can't exactly claim the settlements, we'll just have him move in and take it.
the fine base of operations.
Fine base. Except for Temperate Islands apparently make you upset.
General, cover tracks with haste.
Sean Lee, I'll have you go into March, but we're not going to go anywhere.
Celestial General.
For this general, we definitely want to jump on into Leader of Men. What is your army for the most part looking like? You don't have any real ancillaries or weapons. We'll give you an Obsidian Blade. 100 extra armor piercing sounds awesome. And then we'll probably make you a Hammer of Wei Jin after that. From a Silk Robe. What does this one give us? Resistance and melee defense for everyone in range. No weird modifiers like they can't be in melee. Love to see it. And we'll combine these up. Maybe we can get something better. Vorpal Shard's not awful. 15% more weapon strength. Still not as much as the 100 additional that the Obsidian Blade's granting. Do we have any armor anywhere down here? Really, no. That's such as the way. We'll grab this Talisman of Protection. War Banner's really not all that great. We'll start selling a couple of these Silk Weavers. We have so many of them. Salvage just a few. The Banner of Swiftness is awesome. Eternal Flame is also great. Sword Master's upkeep reduction for Jade Warriors. Tax Collector's more income. Good stuff. Then we'll come on in and make you the Hammer of Wei Jin, increasing your weapon strength up to 848. Yes, please. Then the whole army's gonna get a little bit stronger, and then Titanic Impact as well. Perfect
General
for
of the
Druki Bastion.
Celestial Host.
We'll grab some scouting, that way we get a few more magical items under our belt here. Arcane Conduit and Earthing for less miscast. Just go further into scouting here for you. John Lee also gain some skills. We'll just give you Inspiring Presence and Route Marcher.
I would take that to defend my soldiers.
Defend my soldiers. Oh, I'd love to hear it. Go ahead and upgrade the mooring tower here at the Isle of the Crimson Skull. That way we unlock, looks like, pretty much all of our military. We're just missing the crossbow Dragon Guard, and that's everything for Cathay. I think we're also missing a few of our
What was the world like in this
cavalry buildings, so we may circle around to that as well.
Cathay Eternal.
Yao Kang, you have the boring job of defending the Ziggurat of Dawn. And someone's gonna do it.
Join me in the war room.
Join me in the war room. And now that the Bastion is completely secured, well, we do have a defensive alliance with these guys. We can move through and start pounding Village. Or we could give his settlements over to Zatan and then really become buddies.
Celestial General.
My, how the winds have turned.
Stay mobile.
Yes, we'll come in over here. Let's go after Bloodwind Keep
Move
first.
upon my order.
Miao Ying, you just camp out at the Snake Gate.
Of the Great Bastion. The defense effort has need.
Although she could recruit the Celestial Dragon Guard from over here in Nangao, or is that going to be coming in through... She could indeed.
The Celestial Miao Ying.
Yeah, so Miao Ying, we'll just have you camp out here in Nangao instead.
Tempestuous foot.
Maxed out on your
Tend to your wounded.
Winds of Magic, so don't worry about that. Provinces, we've got too many. Hang Zhang, that's the other one of our
There's wisdom.
goals I'd like to make. Finishing off the rest of the undead down here in the south, and the likes of Kugath, so nothing that spreads corruption is going to remain. Did we just sign a peace treaty with these guys?
Praise your gods.
It's been a little bit.
I like what you say.
Well, it doesn't look like it. He'd be bringing Goldtooth with him. I don't think I'm very scared of Goldtooth. I'm not going to call our allies to help just in case a few of them decide to break ranks.
No.
And then Goldtooth also doesn't decide to join. It makes no difference to us.
The Lord Magistrate.
We're about to find out, aren't we? 75% chance of success there. Our caravan's gonna smash right through like a wrecking ball as well. Hilarious. Okay, who else has not been moved? Xiao Kang, your job is to camp. Oh yes, our Mountains of Morn party. Real weird that the Dolgan like us. These are the ones that we're trading with? Treaties with the Dolgan? Yeah, they are. They're indeed the ones we're trading with. Which means our next enemies are likely to be the other Dawizar, who apparently don't care whatsoever that we're making deals with Zatan. That's not even crossing their mind. So for now, we'll have you camp here and just wait to see what's going on. Goblin Hewers from Karak Kadran. We're going to have to do that immediately. Karazakrak, do you have any of the new units yet? Gyrocopters now are 12 to a model, so that could be pretty fun to use, where bombers are going to be 4. We wait a little bit longer, they'll even get some Thunder Barges. Reichland, are you packing any new units? You have some Knights of the Black Rose? Don't mind if I do. These can be a bonus versus infantry. Very high melee defense. They're meant to stick in and fight in melee for a while, unlike most knights who are more for charging and psycho-charging on repeat, or else they get slain in droves. Knights of the Black Rose are much more for sticking in and fighting. You're all maxed out, even if it's just archers. You can pretty much hold the line against anything here.
Eyes upon the heavens.
Yutang by Lee, we'll have you come on down just to keep an eye on the Druki here.
I will go. Astromancer of Grand Cathay.
Going ahead, if you can steal. You don't have the gold for it.
An impossible path.
Let's see how Bellicor's doing. Pretty well maxed out. Bellicor's doing great. I never really see him use these portals here, so if you and your campaign have, go ahead and let me know in the comments. What's the scenario where you've actually seen him activate these? I've always seen the one down by Dreich's area active and ready to go, but he never seems to use it. How's that Shui Fan here? Whom we really also don't need, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of her to free up even more gold.
Cathay.
9,000. We will recruit up another lord as we need them instead of just kind of sitting on all the extra units for no reason. There will be random rogue armies that pop up. We'll need to recruit guys to deal with, but until then, let's make some money. Back over to Yuan Bo. In the turn.
Go before you incur the Celestials' deadly.
Oh, hello, Scroll. He's really going to try to sue for peace. I also just realized I'm still playing this on the development build, so I'll have to get this fixed up for the next time. So if there's any other, there may be bugs in this one, or weird things you see that are not going to be in the final release for 5.0. It does have a few bugs that they weren't able to work on out, but I did just realize that this little development in progress. That's just because we're still on that development build, or the development build. I'll get that fixed up for part 25. I did not begin this, I offer peace. For some reason, I doubt that highly. And the Ard boys are back. Village keeps spawnifying their forces, which is hilarious for them. Not so much for ourselves. See the barrier taking effect there, but against this, it's not going to really matter. Sack it and run. I get like 4 coins. And Harbinger has attacked Kimri. What a foolish mistake. Steak for dinner. Feng Liang, the musterer, and then we've got Yuan Ye, the seafarer, so more movement at sea. They've begun a construction, so they shouldn't break. They should be willing to break any of their agreements now after that. Yeah, it doesn't tend to like to waste gold. Whole bunch of lords ready for duty, and we even have Gotrek and Felix here with Cathay now. I'll admit I didn't test this, so now we can go for the Nightmare of Gehenna's Eve. This is such a hard battle. We need some artillery. You basically have to defend Gotrek and Felix from just swarms of demonettes and other big nasty Slaanesh forces that are good at ripping apart unarmored and unphysical resistance dwarfs. Because Gotrek and Felix start with none of their skills that they normally do, and you kind of build them up through their new tree. They both are heroes now, and once you do unlock them, they are permanent for your faction, so that is a glorious new change. But I did not know Cathay was going to get access to them. That is fantastic.
Of Warpstone.
We need to get on that battle as soon as possible. We also need artillery, so we're going to probably need for Yuan Bo to sit for a moment and grab some cannons. It's really just the cannons you need. Yeah, so our Normie Jade Warriors might be starting to bite the dust. 51 melee defense is so silly on a tier 1 unit. I guess these guys are tier 2, but still. Lions are going to be great for this battle, but these Jade Warriors I'm going to go ahead and get rid of. Let's maybe take a little bit more ground down here at the Altar of the Horned Rat, which is also an
executioner.
And then I can kind of switch forces between Yufu and him. That way I'm not kicking out these gold chevron Jade Warriors, which makes me sad. So we'll bring him round through the sea.
March for your rations.
And we'll hit Altar of the Horned Rat. If we need to bring Yufu over as well to auto-resolve this one easier, we will. Oh, no problem at all. You poor unfortunate rats. Although we will bring her over for the experience. Land Pestilence spotted.
Celestial ancestors.
I guess we could search this as well.
Path of destiny.
Get you a couple bits of extra experience there. Please don't crash. Hey, clearly 2 ships met in combat and brought each other low, their rival crews drowning in battle and hatred. Time to take their goodies. Get a Sword of Swift Slaying for more melee attack and armor piercing. And Source of Blades. 8 more attack and defense for the whole army. I mean, those are probably the strongest peasant spearmen around, but they are still just peasant spearmen. And Yufu, we might have ruined your ability to help out Yuan Bo here. But land ashore, it's easy, I promise.
An offense to my bloodline.
It is not. Lie again. Oh, we ruined everything, and now she's going to take attrition. Well, it'd be like that sometimes. Go ahead, auto-resolve these guys.
Dragon stands with you.
Poor halberd warriors. Why do we throw them into combat alone? We'll just go ahead and occupy Altar of the Horned Rat. We need to annex it and immediately start building up these ruins, because this looks real bad. Oh, cool, Alchemist Tower already. And a Yen Lodge for a punishment rate. Actually, don't mind either of these 2 things. I will go ahead and kick out the... And now I'm going to go ahead and leave it.
The dragon-blooded.
Oh, we can trade from the port now? That's probably always been a thing. Yuan Bo, go ahead and give over your Jade Warriors. We're probably going to go ahead and give over all of your Jade Warriors. We're not going to need any of them for the Battle of Gehenna's Eve. Maybe the Halberdiers for if anyone gets a little bit closer. We'll probably actually want to... I almost want to yoink the crane guns. Get rid of 2 of our crossbows for the crane guns. Alright, Yufu, you've got a pretty decent army now. Come on back over. You're just missing
so much
gunners of the crane. Mostly just to drop big, nasty beasties and allow them to be ripped apart by our other archers a little bit easier. Oh, do we take archers?
Ready to
get these archers out of here. We'll go ahead and snag some lads through global, I guess. Any of our allies have good artillery I can take? I wouldn't mind a Goblin Ewer. It just has very low range. Here, let's see if it shows it off. They've got 80 range, but that missile strength, 3,000. And it shoots 38 shots a volley. It's just hucking axes at Mach 4. And then as soon as it's done, it's got 40 Slayers that rush into battle with all of the melee stats that Slayers have. As you can see there, not a weak artillery crew. Anything from the Golden Order artillery-wise? Yeah, we can get some great cannons. How do they stack up to ours?
Which troops would have
200
the
armor
best
piercing. Oh, they're about the same. Oh, they are about the same. 450, 208.
Green sails shall fill this ocean.
We'd be buffing them up because they're our own cannons. Y'all snag 2 great cannons. What else would be useful in this army here? I mean, Dragon Guard, obviously, but... only we could get the Hellblaster Volley Gun, War Wagons. I think that would also be really useful here. Isn't ROR, though. But besides, though, I think the only difference between Cathayan Great Cannons and Empire ones is fire damage. So normal Great Cannons don't have fire damage, but ours do. Everything else, though, is identical. Oh, the Great Cannons actually pulled by Octon have a little bit more speed, too, because then since they are being pulled by a big beastie. Interesting. Oh, I can't wait till we can start getting some more host units. Any little Groms for us? Just any big, nasty rock truck, except for a trebuchet. We're not going into that medieval. Oh man, even a Bone Giant would be great. Metropolis Knights are intriguing. Doom Scorpion wouldn't be great because of all of the big guys. We need real fast movers. I don't really think we can rely on our allies. As unfortunate as that is.
Warriors
We'll grab those
for the
cannons
Empire.
and then... what else would be useful here? Maybe an additional Flying Lion. Because there are basically 3 heroes we have to hunt down. We'll send the Flying Lions and Yuan Bo after them.
The Jade.
Cannons can blast down the enemy lord, which is a keeper of secrets.
Useful.
We've got this.
In the right hands.
Useful tool in the right hands. Go Curse of the Midnight Wind there to try to help out Gotrek and Felix.
Above all.
I'll just zoom through the rest of our turn here. That way we can get into that fight. Fort Reaver, I'm going to go ahead and try to keep things in harmony, so let's go for the Wares Market. But we can just snag more growth, get Skeggy up faster. So let's go instead the Labor Conscription Bureau.
Attention!
Elon has snuck back into the settlement. Not really sure how you did that, but that's pretty impressive.
Alf!
I was trying to hit this army. Alright, Valiant Defeated gives us. We've got cannons, we've got crane guns. I think this is a fight that we can handle, just not behind the walls. So let's allow them to come out to us, and we'll build up some siege towers.
To the front line!
Start forcing them to take some attrition.
Heaven's servant.
Trying to hit this army here, who is clearly out to sea, but untargetable for some reason. We might be getting attacked by this guy here next. Oh, he's an admiral. Yoy.
Never.
So what do they have? Kane's Lash, Dark Conduit. I think that's just from one of their rights. Sky Cauldron and Soul Rain. Lovely.
Serve from the
In that
front.
case, we'll keep stealing away their major settlements.
Instrument of the divine.
You come on out, go into a camp stance, we'll just move on down.
Humility in all things.
Maledicta already starting to get in some more Carnosaur. Alright, Sean, you pull back the Golden Ziggurat, and we'll give you probably just a few more
General.
Normie archers. Well, we probably want some spears to catch some of the big dinosaurs in. Besides that, Normie archers work just fine.
Lord of Yin and Yang.
Time to start the invasion.
It suits my purposes.
Wouldn't mind cracking through and going immediately after the settlement that we need to, so let's do that.
We row for Cathay. Plot
the
that's not a
course.
way up, so we'll come up over here.
Born to rule.
Let them roll together.
Plot a course. Our ancestors.
No one
will
expects the
lament this
Cathayan
path.
invasion.
Sea winds guide us.
Alright, they can work together. No problem. Hang will have you move on Novelty Gorge.
A most thoughtful strategy.
Helman Gorse down there building up his forces. Hopefully they don't have anything too scary. Airgeist and X-Rays are fairly terrifying, but we have cannons, so go very badly for them.
Young's name.
We're simply going to continue to expand Cathay without doing too much damage to what we are taking. Town gives us shotguns. I really like that idea.
Chosen by dragons.
Shotguns will be so much better than Free Company militias, and we'll kick these guys on out and replace them with Iron Hail guns. Polish this, build up our replenishment a little bit more there. I'll go ahead and upgrade Novelty Gorge as well. It'll be the rest of our gold for the turn, but that entices Helman to come out and try to fight Peng. Astute General. Oh, even more experience gain per turn. And then some upkeep drop. Let's go Inspired Marksmanship and Defense for what's coming.
Leader of men.
For our Alchemist, let's give you Metal Shifting. Just to buff up all the lads every time she does cast Genna's or Searing Doom.
Lord Magistrate.
Same thing with you. In you, let's actually just go for Genna's first, and then we'll switch over to grab Metal Shifting.
On guard.
For the Gate Master, he's only got a single point, so we'll put it into hard to hit. This training is not going to make the difference between life and death here against Gorsty Boy.
Servant of the dragon.
Oh, are we actually trespassing? How is that even possible? We have military access, we shouldn't be trespassing. Well, we're gonna definitely not be having any deals with him. Not for long. We need to get out of his land immediately.
General. Travel with readiness.
Or we'd be trespassing on Zinch. I don't know, it already claims we're trespassing on the Warhost of Zar, but that could have been before. That's alright. They'll be our friends or else.
Miao Ying.
I crave.
Xiao Ming, let's get you moving towards Blood Peak.
Yes.
If they want to move together on you, that would be the perfect way to deal with the
Duty
Wa.
and unity. Celestial Empire ever grows.
Don't have the gold to repair.
The desert.
We do have the skills for Desert Alchemist. Let's just go ahead and start making your foot soldiers better. Unyielding.
An extension of my celestial will.
His Jade Warrior should be better than most, up to 39 melee attack, less defense than what we were rocking with Yuan Bo, but should be much more melee attack.
Lord Magistrate.
You also need movement.
A most thoughtful
Veil of Titans is going to be attacked. There's no real telling where we want to go after. Now that Zhao Ming's here, Zugrak is likely to come after Veil of Titans, so let's go ahead and jump into ambush and find out exactly what the plan is. 70% chance to succeed there, let's go back instead.
Favored.
Yeah, Ying, you hang out in the Snake Gate, just in case.
Feel the celestial wind.
Don't have the gold to steal, so you just gotta come on around. We'll skip through the rest here. Image buildings and all, swing back down to Yuan Bo.
Celestial command.
Here in a couple turns, we'll have ourselves a battle for Gimis and for Gotrek and Felix.
Instrument of the divine.
You are not welcome before my court. Leave.
Time for a fight, Marathi? Not aggression backed. Sadly, a blade in the ribs cannot fix everything. A simple no can, though. Watch this. Oh, you would have come on out and fight? Fortunately for you, I could just auto-resolve this. And we're going to, because the Admiral ability is going to be a big pain. You have to sacrifice a few, but I think it's worth it for the long run here. We'll just go ahead and occupy.
Take this and hold it.
Yeah, Admiral gets to survive. Alright, Wolfherda is back. I don't think he'll win this fight, though. Close defeat. For all the battles we're going to throw down on, it's going to be this one. The War for Amblepeak. Alright, well we just simply take the high ground somewhere and let them come up to us. The small hill here seems like a good place to defend. We'll go Jade Warriors. Spread them out so they can be fighting as many orcs as possible. Try to deploy them along the
personification of law.
kind of the angles of the hillside there. Long spears. We'll try to keep one back to go after guys that try to surround our own spears. We've got the barrier, so we're going to try to make as much use of it as possible. So here, archers on top of the hill.
Shen Yang's faithful.
You just need to be close enough to maintain harmony. Anyway, we've got maximum reload speed and melee defense. We'll have these spearmen move to wherever they're needed. Everyone in guard mode.
Assemble! Legions of Cathay!
Legions of Cathay! Assemble.
No kingdom can stand against ground Cathay!
It's putting 110% effort in.
Chosen people!
Dragons chosen. As they stand in one spot for longer, not only are they going to have barrier, they're going to have an additional bit of armor and charge resistance. So go ahead and smash on enemy, fools. Here comes the Wa. We'll go ahead and actually rotate this force a little bit. Naturally. I love the little shimmering, I think this is just because we've got barrier about us. The Zinch effect taking its toll. Here they come, lads. Get ready. Charge reflection is going to be very good.
Defenders of Cathay!
Move in. What this guy is going to do is just try to push through our line pretty much immediately. We'll have you lads go after the goblins since they have the least amount of armor.
They will perish!
Smash right at the Jade Warriors. Hang in there, boys.
Long spears! Celestial fury!
Go ahead and charge them. Go ahead and switch your targeting to these gobbo archers. In come the orcs. Reflect a little bit of that damage on back.
Without hesitation!
Easily to win the archer duel, but this Wolfherda is going to munch right on through our warriors. First was, we've done a lot of damage back to them. They've dealt a fair bit to us, but we have dealt a ton back. Alright, switch targets to these orc boys here. We have to have our Jade Warriors survive long enough to have our archers continue to fire. Those arrows are all of our damage for the most part. Oh, you're out of line there a little bit. Back in formation, a secondary wall, so we're doing a ton of damage to them. Or else the AI just gets a ton of extra walls for their battle here. Yeah, that's gonna be that. We did as much damage as we could, but orc boys do seem to barely outkill Spearmen. What? Go figure. Come on, lads, hold the line. Actually, they are presenting a pretty easy target there for our archers, so let's have them switch targets all. That should get a ton of damage. Spears are back, bring them back in to bear against the orcs here. Looks like they're going to start firing some arrows back at us with their gobbo archers. Let's switch so we don't lose too many. And he's smashed on through the center line, so we're going to start losing it pretty quickly here. Comes another wall. If we're lucky, he's just going to get most damage on himself. If they're going to do too much friendly fire. Those archers are gone. Let's switch targets to these orc boys who are already wavering. Try to roll this line. Alright, hit the next group now. We get all of them running. We might be able to turn it around. Wolford is starting to waver himself. These orc boys are being surrounded. They don't like that at all. Go ahead and rip some arrows this way. You guys should do the same over here. Those who are not being smashed apart by a squig. Alright, that's that. It's just the squig herda. We'll send the spears in to try to chase him off. All his lads are running for the hills. Spread the spears through these guys through. Have the spears move up to engage him. Our warriors gotta hang out. We could try to get some shots on Wolfhard. I just don't think it's gonna be very useful. Gonna be defensive. We might be getting him. Decent bit of arrow damage there. Here comes another shower. No one enjoys that one. And the Squig Hoppa runs for his life. I'm not sure what happened to his spawn. Maybe they just couldn't afford them anymore. But we'll take it. Alright, victory of any kind is a glorious one, I think, here. So we'll go ahead and take the extra. Probably just gold.
They are sufficiently broken. Begging for mercy.
Gorst already wants peace. Not on your unlife. The Jade Dragon does not tolerate a conclave of necromancers on our borders. Absolutely not. For coordination, target lost. The Wa has failed. And we've got a few new lads ready for duty. On top of, it's a lovely white tea. To drink the purest yin energy filtered from the silver waters of the Dragon River is to become as swift and weightless as a spirit, unbound by corporeal convention. Or movement range. Raid the Blood Hall. We've already claimed it from them, so not this time.
Celestial General.
Yuan Bo's forces got bloodied in that fight, though.
Heavens will provide.
Have that Admiral run for the hills. And we've got Rakarth on the back foot now, too. They are recruiting in as many Black Arcs as they can. Somehow both of these forces got recruited up to this many units. That is impressive.
No.
And a lot of feral units in the background there.
Celestial General.
Right. Well, they continue their invasion.
Dragon-blooded Shogungan.
Or dragon-blooded. Start moving on through
Spread the Emperor's words.
towards their target.
Shogungan Lord reporting. Never flag.
Not sure what
never
happened to the
falter.
movement on Young Kang, but we've lost, looks like about half of it. Of them move together then.
Dragon-blooded Shogungan.
We need to claim anything, we'll go after Kikes and then come up and around from there. So it looks good. You Fu, you come on back.
Shogungan.
What is going on with your movement? Why have we lost half of our movement? Interesting. So everyone lost half their movement for some reason? I'm not exactly sure why, but I will make do. Break the Awakening with some of our ill-gotten gains. Repair up the clay pit at the Pox Marsh. Things are looking good over here in Lustria. We'll go Goods Emporium. Since we can't have one or the other to actually keep things in harmony, we could get rid of both of the walls here and then put one of each. Which I think I guess we have sufficiently subjugated our enemies over on the side of the map, so we can go ahead and put in the two-parter of Conscription Office and the other one for the High Sentinel. Here at Port Reaver, we'll upgrade Zeus. Walls too, because there's no telling when Silverator will invade, and I don't mind High Elves just dealing with that fight for us. Here comes the Sword of Cain. We'll come on in then and grab the wadding cartridges for our Grand Cannons. Oh man, I take that back. Mastery of Yang looks great. Movement range and replenishment rate for Yang units, on top of less construction time for all of those infrastructure buildings. I guess from then they'll cycle back around to the Sea Dragon Edict and really get our
Even now,
gold a-flowing. Even now, we learn. Drops corruption. Characters are immortal. Sale value. Replenishment rate, I think we're just going to go for the Dragon Lake still. The Celestial Lake. 4 more control, 15% more income, and then more Winds of Magic. We've been lake-bound pretty much the entire campaign, and I have no issues. Let's go Quartermaster to drop that upkeep by 2. Invasion here onto probably the Comet.
humility in
Seeker
all
for our
things.
Gatemaster. Got so many heroes now.
Among warriors.
Let's deal with this clown.
Pain.
Turned into Felician on the battle, which is kind of weird. You were an admiral until came time to throw hands, and you threw in your pitch hitter.
Servant of the dragons.
Alright, Dong Liang, you move on into the Wellsprings of Eternity here. We are building up these stone and steel tokens with the amount of battles we've had too. Just mopping up the last of the Druki. By last, I guess their entire faction's being wiped out all of a sudden out of nowhere. Dang, you move on down south. I mean, this is going to be an issue.
What is this foolishness?
Because they can just keep pulling in the feral beasts for Rakarth. And now they've got an additional Black Arc. We need to send someone around to deal with the Black Arc. And then...
Leader of men.
Yes, John, you go ahead and pretend like you're not here.
Trickery
Sneaky,
is
sneaky.
unbecoming, but necessary.
We'll have Sean Lee come on out and act like he's recruiting in some more archers. That'll do. Chamber of Visions will upgrade. Ziggurat we will repair. Good stuff.
General.
You reach the Bloodwind Keep yet? Almost.
Ancestors.
Trespassing will have
guide
consequences.
us.
Oh no, whatever shall we do?
Lord Magistrate.
Bang, looks like you can almost move on Gorge. We can't really see what he is recruiting up.
The Lord Magistrate stands ready.
We'll come on out. Drop into an ambush stance right here in the woods.
Silence.
You don't really care what you got. Not if we get the drop on you. Convince him to come on in and try to fight us by getting a extra building with some money. Spice market for more yin. Let's go a bit more harmonized there. Ports we don't need to upgrade the walls at.
Where is the promised unity?
River port here at Bamboo Crossing sounds glorious. Shiwu, we can get in the Obsidian Mine. Lee Temple, that is a tier 3. landmarks. Let's go ahead and do the upgrade to Lee Temple now. Over at Fu Chao. More Salt at Bei Chai, which is also going to be adding some corruption purification, which is great. Administration Center, and I like all of what we've got here. 15,000 gold a turn. We are making some serious gold. We're in balance now in Mingzhu. Let's wait for any more buildings to be had.
Iron Dragon.
Alright, Jiao Ming. What happened to the army that was right here in between? Looks like they probably run back towards Karak-Azorn, so let's go this way.
A voice calls me on.
Drop into ambush stance, come back through. See if we can't lure the Gobbo into a trap.
Lord Magistrate.
The same thing over here with Amble Peak. Keep moving through the mountains sneakily. Get into Harmony. And be able to move further. Oh, there's Muck Wolfherda.
Dragon-blooded Shogunga.
Bang, you keep holding the north. We could also move up, deal with the challenge stone, and then hand that over to Zatan the Black. Another fun idea.
Humility in all things.
Let's keep on through all of the unassigned goodies. Come over to Yuan Bo.
Eye of the Emperor.
Mostly an administration episode here.
My functionaries are at your disposal.
Rick wants us to join his war with Nurgle. I think we can. 3,000 is a pretty paltry sum, but you're lucky we're looking for a fight. Alright, we did catch Gorst. Not in an ambush, though. And that is a ton of black coaches. Good grief. Perfect opportunity to use our auto-resolve.
To arms in Zheng Yang's name. Mercy would be inefficient.
Okay, so the Blood Guzzlers Rebels. Kus Beard Guzzler. Imagine trying to melt down a glass of beards. You're a sick man. Rebellion of the Bone Road. Love to see all these walls that are failing. Revered Banner of Ancestors. 6 more leadership and 6 more attack. That is an ancillary I've never seen before.
And potions.
Several of our lads are now creators. Moving up into the Cools territory now. We'll have you
For the Imperial family.
surround the Bloodwind Keep. Absolutely will declare war on you. We're going to have none of our allies come help.
You have
Unsheath
I do have knowledge to share. It's going to be very exciting. Very exciting indeed. I mean, there's no one behind these walls. So we will auto-resolve.
War is upon us.
We will sack the settlement because good grief, that's a lot of money. Let's see if we can lure the Zinchian faction back over on this side. We're going to take a little bit more attrition. Let's drop into an ambush.
Subterfuge is the order.
Taking attrition is not what I like here. Should have made sure we could get a little bit closer. So for our general, let's make sure our lads are proper. They are already very elite. Actually, reassuring presence is useful out beyond the bastion, but nowhere else.
First among warriors.
Hawkish precision. 15% more armor piercing damage. I mean, don't mind if we do.
This victory is not mine, but all Cathay.
Blade Master hard hit because cleansing the corruption in your Chaos Waste
General of the
doesn't really matter.
Celestial Host.
You'll still take all of the attrition. Alright. In fact, we'll just go ahead and have you pop on out.
In all
Get a little bit more
things.
tech for us. Oh, you only damage buildings. Never mind. Violence away for 10 minutes. The Bastion Siege works.
Ancestors are
Upgrade
with
the
us.
Dragon Gate. I don't mind the upkeep production in a line of sight. Addition. Bastion Mess Hall.
The Storm Dragon.
Here we'll go for more growth as well. Growth, Bastion, Overlook. So the Bastion settlements are good and built on up. Terracotta Sentinels for Miao Ying Sounds will get 1. She's mostly a range-based army. So let's give her a couple of crane guns. I'm going to kick out 2 of these crossbows here. Yeah, just 2 of them.
Are you worthy?
Are you worthy? Upgrade those Bastion settlements as much as possible. We definitely want to upgrade Wei Jin before anywhere else, but if we can go for more growth and control, that'll be useful in furthering the cause of building up Wei Jin.
We are in need.
Chow, we get the great Dragon Fleet Harbor alive with activity. The harbor groans beneath all the common throngs, greeting the sea-worn faces from all across the known world. More control as well, and we'll just go ahead. That's going to be a long time for the upgrade to Beichai, or Wuchao, so let's go for Beichai, that we can upgrade the river port here as well. Same thing with Chimai. Maximum growth. Obsidian Quarry. More growth. Building upgrades. And then I think just further boosting growth here with yen alignment. Yeah, same thing here at Daicheng. We'll go maximum yen alignment. We do this. We have so many tokens now. How many turns before you're up and ready to go here at the Star Tower? Just the 1? Okay, we'll save then. So we can just come on in and immediately rush construction and build that astromantic relay on in.
Sorcery, through me.
Yep. And we'll start off the next episode
Leave nothing behind.
with the battle for Geheimnis Nacht, or the nightmare of Geheimnis Nacht Eve. We'll teleport on in. That way we can save our position here. It says we'll have a decisive win. Yeah, we'll see, because the win isn't necessarily about actually achieving victory. It's about keeping Gotrek and Felix alive at the same time, which is the scary part. Pick things up in the next episode here against Flanesh. For now, I'm out of time for today. Thank you so much for stopping by today's Yuan Bo episode. If you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like for the Light God and a sub for the Sub Throne. See you all next one.